the way, in response to that unifying remark, I will say one of the things about the Poor People's Campaign, I was at the National Conference in Congress in Washington, and the pulling together from people of different walks of life, different black and white, old and young, is really quite extraordinary. You know, I've been in many meetings, a lot of people talk about that, but to go and to be in a meeting where you actually see it, right, and it is very, very powerful and kind of uplifting. I'm sorry that Cease's not here. He's a quite extraordinary urban studies person with a real grasp on various issues. We're going to slightly change the order. So our panel, Representative Provo from Somerville, is going to talk about public transit. Lee Farris, Vice President of the Cambridge Residents Alliance and Long-Term Housing Act, who's going to talk about affordable housing. Dan Luker and Bob Master, who are Veterans in Peace, going to talk about veterans' needs and veterans' issues. And Quentin Zondervan is en route, will wind up with the environmental sustainable energy. So the mic is up here, so we need the speakers to come up to the mic. And like we could probably take that off if we just.
Well, thank you, John, for organizing this remarkable event, and it is great to look out at a room full of so many friends and colleagues and other people whom I've heard of, whom I know are fighting important battles in the trenches along with the rest of us. It's great to know that we have so many allies. You know, I have been asked to speak on public transportation needs, but of course I'm also energized and filled with ideas by everything which has come before. And when I got here and I looked at the handout and saw veterans, housing, transit, infrastructure, and energy, I thought, well, you know, transit is intertwined with housing policy and with infrastructure and energy policy, which is, by the way, one way of expressing the need to bring down our carbon emissions so that we have a world we can actually live in and not experience, you know, colony collapse like the bees are doing. And I imagine transit includes veterans too, because veterans need to get around like the rest of us. So I'm going to speak a little bit about, John had asked me to speak about the green